Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining Candid Meena every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. Thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do hit the like button, share with friends, and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today, Jaydev joins us in this session.
Good evening to
Like
everyone.
many things that are fake, like silicone boobs or butts, to Botox and plastic surgery, to altering foreheads and jawlines, fake relationships and weddings. Surrogacy has also become a part of the Bollywood lifestyle. Isn't that right, Jaydev?
Yeah, absolutely. Why is every key Bollywood actress, into surrogacy, right? Why can't they have children the natural way? So this is suspect by nature.
Yeah. So this is something that we're going to explore in this article because we've been
Yes.
following this for quite some time, and we really thought there's some sort of a pattern here that we needed
Yeah.
to, sort of explore and find out what could be the reasons for that. So let's go to the subject. So if you ask Bollywood, they explain it's because of some of them being gay or single parents and struggling with infertility, woes. So everyone from Karan Johar, Priyanka Chopra, Ekta Kapoor, Tushar Kapoor, SRK, Preeti Zinta, Shilpa Shetty, all have joined the bandwagon. Surrogacy is a process where a woman carries a baby for a couple or an individual who is unable to do so. Surrogacy is considered to be a helpful option for couples who cannot conceive traditionally. Same sex couples, single people, or those who find age to be a barrier for natural pregnancy can make use of this gestational surrogacy to complete their family. But today, surrogacy has become a huge business. It's a huge market, and renting rooms from the third world countries by rich people has become a trend. And for celebrities and rich men, I mean, they are only happy because they don't have to, worry about the pregnancy pains or the changing of their figures or, having to go through this 9 months of, pain. First time surrogates can cost anywhere from 30,000 to $35,000. But a surrogate can be paid more depending on the type of contact. Repeat surrogates can be paid up to 50,000 in some states. In VIP, parents can also offer to pay more. While fees vary from state to state, West Coast states, we are talking about America now, especially California, tend to have a better legal protection for the intending parents, such as pre birth orders that dictate the biological parents are the baby's parents upon birth instead of 3 days after birth, as well as higher fees for surrogates. Yeah, Jadip, you could read. Please go ahead.
Yeah, so following up to that, when the surrogates match with their intended parents, they can't post things on social media without the intended parents' permission. Now, Grondhal explained to page 6 of privacy contracts, there isn't a typical HIPAA form involved. Many times it's important to them that they don't put up pictures of either party unless they have their consent. But privacy plays an important role in the surrogacy journey. In the early stages of a match, when intended parents secure a surrogate, the couple chooses how much information to give about themselves. Often with celebrities, they'll choose to list only a first name on a contract. Now,
Yeah.
all the
In fact,
communication is done through
yeah. In
the
fact, all the
agency.
communication
Yeah.
is done through an agency with the surrogate, and you see all these. Everything remains anonymous at all times. However, both the surrogate and the intended parents have their own attorneys who would have all contact information in case of an emergency. And it's also said that when they speak to VIPs, for most of them, they're worried that their private information will go out. So they keep the information limited in the early stages of the process because they've been through so much heartache trying to get pregnant on their own. So this is we're talking about normal people. While celebrities might want to keep the identities concealed for privacy's sake, doctors also say every match is different. Adding some will go to every appointment, while others might only show up for a few final appointments out of the fear of becoming attached. They can't imagine that surrogacy is going to work for them. So they don't want to get close and attached to their surrogate if she's not going to get pregnant. Communication definitely starts off slow in the beginning until there's a confirmed pregnancy. Yeah, back to you, Jade.
Yeah, what you'll notice in Bollywood cases is that all these actors prefer children with Caucasian features, fair with light color hair, who look anything but Indian. So Karan Johar, who has confessed to being gay on all occasions, welcomed his twins, Yash and Rohi Johar, through surrogacy on February 7, 2017. He had revealed that the name Ruhi is an arrangement of Karan Johar's mother's name, Hiru Johar, and Yash was named after his late father, Hiru Johar. Fair children who hardly looked anything like their father, same as with Shah Rukh Khan, Preeti Zinta, and many other Bollywood actresses. So, but what's happening in Bollywood is social surrogacy, the practice which involves perfectly healthy women choosing to pay another to carry and give birth to their child to spare themselves the ordeal and to avoid having to take a career break if their work depends on them having a flawless look. Yeah, back to you.
Yeah. Typically, these are women who prefer not to get pregnant and not to go through the process of pregnancy for many different reasons. For instance, if you're a model or an actress and your income is based on performing and how you look, and pregnancy can ruin that for you completely. Some have even faked their own pregnancies. I remember, seeing pictures where Beyonce, had worn a, sort of a plastic bump, and in one stage when she was going to sit down, the plastic bump fell down, and people realized that she was actually faking a pregnancy. So if again, going back to that, these are women who prefer not to get pregnant and not to go through the process of pregnancy for many different reasons. For instance, if you're a model or an actress and your income is based on performing and looking good, this sort of pregnancy can ruin it. And as we said, some people try to fake their pregnancy, and at times, people find it out. These women usually don't want to delay motherhood till their late 30s and early 40s in case it means they have left it too late. But they also don't want to ruin their bodies in their 20s when their career would be at its peak. Now you will see that many of these Bollywood actresses are freezing their own eggs for future use, which means that none of them want to go through the normal process. So they will rent a womb, and basically they will, buy these babies are for sale. All this proves that money can buy anything. If you want to climb the career ladder, you can outsource your stretch marks. You see, that's the point. These are all perfectly healthy women who are looking for women to rent their wombs and sell their children to them at exorbitant rates. And third world countries are a huge market for rent a womb. Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, so coming to Ekta Kapoor confessed that she had been trying to get pregnant for the last 7 years. Ekta tried various methods to get pregnant over the years and later thanked Nandita, an IVF specialist, and shared her quote: "Thank you, Dr. Nandita. It's been a 7 year journey. Ekta came to me some years back to become a mother. We tried to help her get pregnant with multiple cycles of IVF, but we were unsuccessful. Hence, we had to take help of the technique of surrogacy, which we performed 9 months back at our Bloom IVF Center. Tushar too opted for surrogacy and became a father in 2016. Smriti Irani, her best friend, had been shown in several pictures playing with Ekta's child. Also, another factor that comes into picture is the fact that people like to keep exorbitant wealth they make to be all under one roof. Look at Balaji family. I mean, Ekta Kapoor and Tushar Kapoor, with the amount of money they have made on movies and series based on sex, it is possible that they want to keep the wealth all to themselves. Back in time, Orthodox families married within themselves to preserve their wealth. Well, here it seems the most likely cause. So there are
Yeah.
many
So,
reasons as to why
yeah.
they are
So with
opting
the
for
result,
surrogacy.
yeah, yeah. So with the result, we find many families flaunting that they are single parents. Now, Karan Johar welcomed his twins, Yash and Ruhi Johar, through surrogacy on February 7th, 2017. He had also revealed that the name Ruhi is an arrangement of Johar's mother's name, Hiru Johar, and Yash was named after his late father, Hiru Johar. Shah Rukh Khan and Gauri Khan's third child, Ebran, was welcomed via surrogacy on May 27, 2013. Here, of course, there's a doubt because people have also said that the child could be allegedly Aryan's child with a European mother.
Yes.
And so it's also sort of, he said that Shah Rukh Khan said his name is based on a variation of Prophet Ibrahim. And I like the connotation that it's kind of a secular name. We are a Hindu Muslim family, so to say, and I want my children to grow up without any difference of opinion in the name. It's nice this way and has more universal appeal. It sounds very nice with the name of Hindu god Ram in it. Now, in fact, in a Sunny Leon also and Daniel Webber also adopted a
Yes.
2-year-old Nisha in 2017 and 2018. They revealed they had opted for surrogacy and had welcomed twins Asher and Nosh Webber. As reported by the press, Leon said, "We chose to go for surrogacy. Asher and Noah are our biological children, and God sent us an angel surrogate to carry our boys until they were born." Now, the person who's made the most amount of noise, as though it's like, earth shaking, was Priyanka Chopra. She and Nick Jones also had a child through surrogacy recently. Now, many people pretend to carry the baby and accidentally even drop the rubber bump, as I said. While surrogacy helps many people to complete their families, in the normal sense, there is also a strong misconception that surrogacy is extremely convenient and the easier way out for women who do not want to go through the pressures of natural pregnancy and labor, therefore exposing them to shame and scrutiny. Despite what people say, surrogacy is tailor-made for all these Bollywoodies. Certain medical, we have to also confess that certain medical conditions and problems like infertility could be one of the prime reasons for normal couples to consider surrogacy as a way to complete their families, while seeking fertility treatment is an option. It can be costly, tedious, and sometimes even inviable. So if it is, as we see in Bollywood, so if it is to preserve their figure, have kids who look, now if you look at in totality, if you're looking at the surrogate scene, if they want to preserve, these women want to preserve their figures, and they want their children to look like Nicole Kidman or Tom Cruise, and also to appear hep, that how kind-hearted they are, that in spite of having kids, for example, in Shilpa Shetty's case, she has children, yet she went for surrogacy, shows how large-hearted they are. My gut feeling is that the cabal want to make sure that their market of honey traps are always oozing honey and not milk. What do you say, Jed?
Yeah, see, my thoughts are that there could be multiple reasons for why these Bollywood actresses are doing surrogacy. Because number one reason is they want to maintain their body physique so that they'll get more roles, and they don't want to undergo the pain of pregnancy and the kind of effect that pregnancy has on the body of a lady, that she tends to put on weight naturally, and it is very difficult to get back to shape unless she goes through a very strict diet regime. Now, point number two is, as you rightly pointed out, is that it could be infertility. So all these actresses, they are sort of, they may be taking substance, as we all know, like drugs, and these could be, sort of, damaging their fertility, as all these drugs have a lot of negative side effects, and they can be very addictive. And this could be one of the reasons also that these people are preferring surrogacy. Now, point number three is that it could be that they want children to be sort of perfect white skin, or they would like to have specific
Absolutely.
genetic traits.
Yeah.
like Abram, right? Like Shahrukh, like to have some sort of white skinned children, from what I understood. So this could also be one of the reasons. So these are some of the reasons which I thought of, and so this is, let's see what the audience has to say on this.
Yeah. So Karthik is saying
Yeah.
the famous American plastic surgeon Maxwell Maltz wrote a wonderful book called Psycho Cybernetics back in 60. These people should read this book. And Leonara says, agree with you. What's wrong with them getting old gracefully? Absolutely. Karthik says, yeah, so we've taken that point. The same industry has Asha Parekh, Vaida Rahman, and others who look so beautiful. Even at the age of 73 and 80, why can't they learn from them to age gracefully? So well said. I don't believe in Bollywood, gone through scientific way to have baby, as they publish it in media. So, Mira, good point about oozing honey money and not milk, absolutely. Welcome, Devi. Varun, only do drama on TV shows and disregarding culture and society. Here, I'd like to make another comment, viewers. See, the way they are so protective about their surrogate children and their adopted children or whatever, but they don't care about the children they see on these reality shows and how they misuse them. Others' children, let them go to hell. That's the kind of attitude these people have, you know. So if you look at that, because we've done this show on kids' reality, shows and how they are abused. So it's very important, viewers, that you should know that these people are very, very selfish. They care only for what is theirs. They don't care a damn about what other people do or others' children suffer.
So yeah, see, also it is very important for parents of these children who are sent to these dance reality shows that they should not go behind the money itself, because these kids can be educated in a small way, and they can do some small jobs, and then they can climb up the ladder. It's not like they cannot reach a high position. So it's very important that parents also are educated on this aspect.
Yeah. Also another very funny thing is that, see,
Yeah,
usually, when we meet people who are relatives or others, they'll say that, see, oh, you look like your father, or you look like your mother. In
yeah,
this case, you would just wonder, they'll say that, oh, you look like Tom Cruise, or you look like Nicole Kidman, or
yeah,
isn't it amusing?
absolutely.
Yeah. You can take the comments here.
Yeah. So what if Brahmastra becomes the actual Brahmastra and destroys Bollywood? I would want it to happen. Karthik is referring to a comment Bardhan made, apparently. Okay. Shilpa Shetty does yoga but went for a surrogate. This makes me agree to my point, maybe to protect her figure. Absolutely, this could be one of the reasons, Devi. Hi, Savitri. Nice to see you. Uh, Ming says substance abuse is, I think, the biggest reason, and I think they haven't given up on that lifestyle completely and likely still using it, which has ill effect on baby. Yeah, this could be one of the key reasons, Ming, which I even think so. The same industry, yeah, this one. I don't think Bollywood, yeah. With Yogiji deciding to open UP office in Mumbai for addressing problems of UP natives and more important to attract investments in UP, could this be another way to tackle mafia? Also, Maya, I would like to, with this point regarding Yogiji, he is opening a film city in UP. So apparently now, if at all Bollywood is shifting from Mumbai to UP, will Yogi Ji clean all this muck of Bollywood? This is a big question. Earlier, surrogacy was meant only for women who had some fertility issues. Nowadays, it has become a fashion. The film Dusri Dulhan handled the subject of surrogacy very sensitively. Yes, Karthik, it's It's a sensitive topic even now. If you go to native places and everything, I feel sad for these poor women. How pathetic. Yeah, you're on mute. Yeah,
Yeah. I agree with Savitri. I feel sad for these poor women. How pathetic. See, it's exactly. See, they have now been, become machineries that produce kids. They're nothing more than that. It's
yeah,
exactly my thought as well. Yeah, back to you, Jerry.
yeah. So these Bollywood mafias love to use someone's body for their own benefit just to keep their looks and personality intact. Absolutely, Bollywood needs to be bought down. Yes, Leonara. Does it mean that because all people are so much into drugs, maybe specific drugs they are using which are causing them to be sterile, and hence
Yes, this is a big
this
possibility.
is also a big
Yeah,
possibility,
well
Karthik.
said. Yeah.
Now, it's below Savitri is below their dignity to go for adoption, but like using someone else's body and keep their body intact, absolutely, they can also go for adoption, but why they're not doing it? Celebrities want kids but cannot let go of their charm, bodies, and beauty. Yes, Renu, this is one of the key uh, reasons. Especially if they want to land the roles, they have to be very physically fit and attractive. So yeah, these are one of the reasons. So my maid was asking about surrogacy since certain NGO had come to a locality to tell them about its monetary benefits. She was shocked when I explained about the dark side of this issue. So Maya, so this particular NGO is suspect, right? Like, what are their true intentions? So there are a lot of NGOs which are sort of fronts for many illegal activities, as you know. Yeah, so celebrities are following buyback policy and buying their own kids from another womb. Yes, sadly,
Very humorous.
seems Sridevi has almost 20 cosmetic surgeries due to which she had a lot of complications. Uh, money, but all are frustrated. Absolutely, Savitri. What if surrogacy is used for child trafficking? Get a designer baby made and then sell it outside. Yes,
Yeah,
Karthik.
see, there is a big black market, Kartik. In fact, I'm glad you mentioned it. There's a huge black market, doing this. And of course, it could be for nefarious reasons. 100% what you said is true.
So the picture shows Amir Khan very close. He has huge crow's feet in his
That's,
eyes.
the birthday with his daughter pictures.
They must be so deep into drugs that they can't afford to stay away for 9 months. Plus, they feel losing their figure is a big thing for them.
Yes,
Absolutely,
agree.
Tom and Jerry, and staying pregnant for 9 months when they feel that they can land an offer in another film, big film, so and
Yeah.
have that all of that money. So they feel that
But
they are
also,
missing a lot of
Tom and Jerry, I'd
opportunity.
like to say, yeah, mention one thing as a mother. See, I know I've gone through it, and I know. See, the first thing that happens when you have a baby, in the normal way or through other, like as in an operation. So the first thing that a baby wants is the mother's milk, and this
Yes.
milk is yellowish milk, which is supposed to heal the baby, and it is the most, like, even 10 times the effect of antibiotics. This protects the child for almost so many months, and many women do not give it because they worry about the shape of their breasts. So
Hmm.
so in our olden times, mothers really cared for the children. Today they don't. If the child is safe or not, forget it. Let's just give them bottled milk, that sort of thing.
Yes.
Generations have changed over the years. If they go for IVF, when they look old and haggard, as they like to look like a young chick forever. And as for Kejo, I just pity his kids. See, here I would also like to say that many of these people, um, they use adrenochrome, which is blood from young kids, and this makes them look young. So what I heard, now this is something we hear, is that during COVID, there was less production of adrenochrome, and that's why all these Buddhas, started looking like grandfathers, during COVID time and went into hiding. So that could be one of the reasons. Yeah. Yes, Jade?
So surrogacy is not just renting rooms, but buying it, since it causes untold misery to the underprivileged women who rent their rooms. Absolutely, Maya, and this is quite sad that they're exploiting these women that who are trying to make a living in this harsh world. So this is again big time brainwashing of Indians through Bollywood, where they want to normalize it so that the entire Indian human race gets affected from within or from the beginning. Now, I
Yes.
would like to
Here.
ask,
Yeah.
yeah,
Once you
sorry,
finish, I'll make a comment. Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
like to
Please go.
ask one question to all the Bollywood producers and film directors: that will they ever make a film exposing surrogacy? Will they ever dare to do it?
Yeah. Also, another very
Yeah,
important point, Jade, is that,
yeah,
see, this comment opens up a whole this thing of
Pandora's box.
the Pandora's box, because see, when you say brainwashing of Indians, one big thing is that yes, there is a concerted effort to sort of make society absolutely immoral, okay, by encouraging gay relationship, okay.
Yeah.
So by encouraging gay relationship, you can have a child anyway through surrogacy. That's what they're promoting. Okay, second thing is, when you don't have when a parent is not a mother, or is not a father, so you have two men or two women, you will know that the family cannot survive for a long time, because a child needs a father as well as a mother, because the qualities that a man has, the woman doesn't have, and the qualities that a woman has, man cannot have. So what you said is so true. They are breaking up this fragile relationship that makes for a happy family. And this sort of surrogacy is something, see, these children will grow up with some weird feelings. They'll say that, see, it's okay to be gay. Now they'll all become gay. You see? So that could be also a process. Now, if you look at Karan Johar, he always says that he's gay, and he doesn't, he sort of even tells people what sort of position he takes when he has sex. That's how cheap he is. Now,
Hmm.
one thing, see, the children will wonder when they grow up, is it okay to be immoral like my father? Yeah, it's okay because that's what I'm seeing. So, what sort of generation is coming out after this, through the surrogacy, is a very, very sad affair. Okay, back
Yeah,
to you.
it is like a proxy war, which they're waging against the social dynamics of Indian culture.
Also, see how
So,
nicely Tom
yeah,
says they don't feel connected, so they can get maid and caretakers and go about their life. Here, I'd like to very clearly say, I'm sure you would have watched scenes where Karina comes, very royally, and behind her is this nurse, and she has the same nurse with glasses, and who pushes and prods the children to and fro. Now, I've never seen the kids look at Karina. Whenever they are looking for help, they look at this nurse. So, who is the actual mummy? The mummy is actually the nurse who's paid very heftily to look after them. So, why do you call yourself mum then? Because you don't take the responsibility, you don't clean up the child, you don't feed the child. What is your role in this? So, it's so well said. Also, they don't feel connected, so they can get maid and caretakers, go about their life. Well said, Tom. Karthik.
yeah, if they have the natural ability to remain younger, looking for a longer time, but if they go for artificial measures, it will always backfire, whether they like it or not.
Absolutely.
Yes, Karthik, absolutely, and especially with not only surrogacy, many people who inject Botox to look young, they cannot smile, they cannot, freely express their facial expressions. So it has a huge side effect, especially Botox. and they cannot move their facial muscles. So, you know, anything which is not natural has its side effects. So they worry about their figures, but they damage the insides with it, with drugs. If you see some of the actors, they have destroyed their face. It's not normal to age that way. Yes, Mint.
Absolutely, Mink. Because I've seen many actors who have grey teeth, and grey teeth is a sign that they're taking drugs. They look so old and so haggard.
A very good question raised by Varun, that what if surrogated child will be forced to be a part of the
Yeah,
film industry? That's a
absolutely.
very important point to ponder. Devi says yes.
A new form of love jihad. Well said. Obviously, the
So
nurse, yes.
yeah,
No, I'm not talking here, Vinny. I'm not talking about surrogacy in the case of Karina. When we comment, we're talking about comments being put by the viewers as well. What I'm saying is whether it's surrogacy or whether it's children being brought up by nurses, you know, the love that they have for the parents is nil. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Even 100 pseudo celebrities like Kejo, Fekta, and others cannot deny the fact that no matter how they created their babies, unless they are good parents, nothing will come. Well, yeah, Jen.
yeah. Already these normally born Bolivid are lifeless. Imagine if they produce like lab animals. They would misuse their parenting roles. So to an extent, like psycho frenzy people. Uh, yes, true Indian. Well said. Botox is like brushing teeth for these actors.
I remember
Absolutely.
a friend of mine, when I was in Dubai, there was a very famous plastic surgeon, and we knew this because I'd interviewed him a couple of times. And he was telling me that, see, when they put these, Botox on the forehead to remove the wrinkles, it's, taken from the cow. And, the feeling is so terrible. Once they, stick the needle in, it's very painful, it's because you're taking something from an animal and putting it into your body. And how they do it, I mean, they really have the guts.
Yeah. I'm worried about Shilpa Shetty Kundra's daughter, what they have planned for her.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Probably the nanny is the mother, and she's just looked on when it all happened as she thinks she's the queen of Bollywood. Yeah. No matter how you created your child, if you're a parent like SRK, and the child will become Aryan, and if you're a parent like Madhavan, the child will become Vedant.
yeah.
Yes,
Well said.
Karthik, but
Yeah, who won?
that's
Won.
well said, but I still don't trust Madhavan because he is also cozy with the Bollywood cabal.
Yeah.
So, yeah. With the surrogatory babies, like to see the real mother when they grow
Yes,
up.
exactly.
Good question. I don't think so. Adira. The celebrity should watch the Meryl Streep star Dead Becomes Her, a black comedy.
Yes, I remember seeing that.
Yeah, it handles the
It's
subject so well.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah. Later, all these allegations were refuted. It was said
I
he
think
was such
it's a
a.
continuation of this.
Oh, you're talking about SSR. Yeah, yes. But then,
There was an article
SSR
that,
was one of a kind avatar, I would say. And, he was born with the purpose of sort of exposing the whole Bollywood mafia. His death was for the whole purpose, as I see it, that he was an avatar, and his unfortunate death, sort of exposed the whole Bollywood cabal. So later, all these allegations were refuted. Yeah. So Karthik says Botox is a poison, one of the most potent poisons in the world. It is secreted by bacterium called
yes.
Clostridium yeah, yeah, Karthik. So I really wonder if Botox is administered in very very minute doses so that it's not as potent as it should be. So there was a beautiful story of a man selling his sperm before his marriage, and then some serious issue crops up after his own marriage. Interesting. They worry about their figures, but
Yeah.
they damage it. Yeah, I think we have taken this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Karthik, I do understand. Mahesh Babu said Bollywood can't afford me. He just slapped Bollywood. Yes, Sharon, that is good of Mahesh Babu to do so. Um Also, it might be a kind of cultural invasion because it's a different blood. Okay, maybe. If you can inject poison in your body, can you not get affected? Yes,
Absolutely.
you get affected.
Yeah. I think with that, we can end this
Yeah.
session. Thank you,
And
friends, so much for joining
I
in.
must say, very, very intelligent, thought-provoking comments by
Yes,
all the
absolutely.
viewers, each and every viewer.
Yeah. So
So,
good night from
yeah,
Jaydev and me.
good night.